I just want to see you, like really see you. I don't want to think about what I'm gonna do to you. I just want to be with you.
I just don't understand them sometimes. They say they want one thing, but then they don't know how to act when they get it.
Craig came by today. I know what he did. I was here when he left.
See, it's responsibility.
So I don't know who you think you are, Vi, but you're acting like some kind of moral police, and I'm not feeling it.
Facebook, you punk!
Read it.
Gentlemen, disappear!
The Halls was a great project, and luckily for me, I got to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And even though I was an extra with only a few short lines, I'm very proud to say I was a part of something that could potentially change someone's life. So how did The Halls come about? Like, how did that idea, how was it born?
Okay, so our two bosses, Darius Sands and Jess Alder, what they did was they had focus groups around Boston, and it was to engage young men and boys. And they asked these young men and boys, what is issues that happen in your life? And they said fatherhood, consent, homophobia, and respect and equality. So us as Search on Teens, what we did was we created a script to basically, in a web series, to talk about all these issues and do it like someone will watch, because we are teens and we know what we want.
Okay. So the men who were the main characters, would you say, they were fairly young. What age, how old are they? What was the age range?
Well, their actual ages were, I think, mid-20s, and there was one teen who I think was 19 years old, but they all played high school students.
Okay, so can one of you tell us a little bit about the different character roles of the three men that we saw in the trailer?
Well, one of the men, Quincy, he's a father, and he's homophobic, and so he represents like all the struggles that like a homophobic person would do and such like that, and dealing with like being a father, a young father at that too. And Tyler, he's the good guy gone bad.
Okay.
He was heartbroken, and he decided that to be a bad boy to attract girls.
Okay, hold your mic. Yeah.
And Justin,
that was my favorite
the basketball player, he has like some hidden trauma, and so that comes up when he's in a relationship, and you can see that when his girlfriend touches him and he gets all like antsy and stuff about it.
So the roles that the characters played were really difficult life situations, but they were interesting nonetheless. How did you all help the actors prepare for those roles?
Yeah, I think that definitely we had to sort of work with them to sort of see things, because the people who were actually playing the characters are not like the characters that were written. So they really had to like examine the script, you know, ask really concrete questions, and also do a little research on some of the issues that what they were dealing with, and that helped a lot with their growth as actors. And there was always someone on set to help them with, you know, where this person may be feeling emotionally as well, which was cool.
So once I sat back and got to watch the film in its entirety, I was really taken aback by just the struggles that young people are going through daily. And I actually tweeted something the other day that said to be kind to everyone you meet, because someone is fighting a struggle. And you never know what anyone is going through. And for a moment, these kids got to live someone else's life and someone else's struggle. Have they shared with you how that has changed them in any way?
Well, we had a launch event just a couple of weeks ago, and they all stood up and they all said, we are just like our characters in a way, not fully, but you can feel like we have a friend or we know someone who's gone through this, so it's in our heart. So they felt connected to their character, you know? So.
And what about this project did you think was going to send a message?
I think the authenticity of it. These problems, they're very common for like teens our age, and just to see how people go about it, like behind the scenes too, it helps it helps. Well, it makes all of us feel connected in a way.
Okay. Anything about the message behind everything? Because I mean, there was a different message in everyone's story.
Yeah, I just think that, I mean, the whole point and premise of doing a web series, you know, it came from teenagers because they weren't really seeing a realistic reflection of their reality on TV. You know,
Right.
they watch Love and Hip Hop and, you know, reality shows like that have really fabricated relationships, but they wanted something that was real for them. So the message that we really want to send is like, you know, these issues are real, have these conversations, talk about them in responsible ways, but we also wanted to do that and entertain teens at the same time because they're consuming all of this media.
Right.
We wanted to give them something responsible to consume.
And speaking of consuming media, I've seen a lot of tweets going on. So is social media something you guys use to help spark the conversation while the webisodes are premiering?
Yes, we have a Twitter and Instagram page at The Halls Boston. And basically, we want to know what you are thinking about during it. We sit there and we talk to the teens that work with us, and we say, hey, did you guys hear what so-and-so tweeted? It's because we want the feedback, because we created this to understand how everyone else is feeling about it.
So with the feedback that you've gotten, will there be a season 2 of The Halls or another project that, because I mean, it was a good way to really get out an important message that we don't, you know, that we, like you said, we don't see on TV at all.
Yeah, we're definitely not opposed to a season 2. That takes more money, but I think we're getting a lot of really great feedback. A lot of folks who are really interested in the concept of doing web series to send a message about, you know, healthy relationships and all sorts of like public health messaging. So I think that it's definitely possible. And, you know, we'll bring your character back, Candace.
Oh,
you know, if you wanna,
will I get more lines this time?
You did good.
I was like that girl who didn't want to be at work or something. Every minute I was in and out. It was fun though. It was nice
good.
to work with
It came
everyone.
across on camera really well. But I think that we're definitely moving towards doing more innovative approaches to get teens to think about things in smarter ways.
Okay. So can you speak a little bit more about the work that you're doing with teens in the Boston Health Commission?
Oh wow! Let me go first, and then you guys can talk. Because I'm serious. Like, these teens really amaze me every day. Like, with the things that they're doing and the strides that they've taken, and like the commitment that it takes to really try to change young folks' minds about healthy relationships.
Wow.
So they do it in really smart and like amazing ways, and like every time I think of it, I get proud, and that's why I knew that they had to be on your show, because this is just a small piece of like what we have been doing, and they could talk a little bit about.
So, just to get into more specifics, every Thursday we go to different community centers around Boston. For example, I go to Hyde Park Community Center, and we teach them, like, we conduct workshops on teen dating violence and healthy relationships and different like aspects of it, like how to deal with stress, how to deal with like conflict resolution and empathy and all that good stuff. And
it is good stuff.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Yeah.
Well, I go to the Mildred every Thursday, and what we're doing now is every week we're showing the kids what episodes that they missed, and they tell us, hey, we watched it, and they tell us what we learned and what they don't like. Like we said again, we respect all opinions, no matter what. If you're this, if you're that, that's how we learn. So we learn from the kids that we're there, and we just go with it.
I think that's amazing. I think that's so good that we have you guys in the community. So really quick, let us know how we can keep up to date with the Halls and where we can watch it, because isn't it coming on tonight? Yep. Tonight, right after this, at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock,
okay, so
yes.
let us know. Twitter, Instagram.
At The Halls Boston on Twitter and Instagram, and you can watch our show at thehallsboston.com.